Some DJs are even. But here's a little something about my DJ.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to this edition of Soultalk 88.9, a show uniquely designed to showcase Edinboro University of Pennsylvania alumni. I am your host, DJ Silky Shoes, along with my co-host, Karen Davis Hopkins. And we have a very special show lined up for you this evening. So check it out. We call this first segment, Listen Up. It's the talk of the town, Soul Talk Radio 88.9. Soul Flight 88. It's the talk of the town, Soul Talk Radio 88.9.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Listen Up. We're here talking to Duane Gazi-White, an alumni from Edinboro. He left there in 1985, where he majored in history, humanities, and theater. Welcome to the show, Duane.
Hey, yeah, welcome to the show, Duane.
Thank you. Good to be here. Good to talk to you guys.
Oh man, we've been waiting for this interview for a while, man. But let me understand. Did you have a nickname while you were in school?
Duane Dog.
Okay. And did somebody give you that name, or you know?
Yeah, I was in Cool Fight Cool, and that was my line name. In Cool Fight Cool, and also my initials spelled dog, so it kind of made sense.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, tell us briefly, and I mean briefly. What did you do immediately after leaving school? You know, what direction did your life go into?
I pretty much worked about 8,000 different jobs, which I stayed at each one probably for 3 months. In Washington, D.C., Maryland area.
Okay.
Always knowing that I wanted to move to New York City, and that was kind of really my final objective. So it took me about 9 years to get there after leaving school, but I eventually did.
So then, how did your Edinboro experiences help you after you left college?
Well, for sure, the socialization. I mean, I just met so many friends there, many of whom I'm really, really still great friends with today. And also just, I kind of grew up in a small town. I absolutely could not wait to get out of there. It was kind of like an escape.
Yeah.
And so when I got to college, it was like my first time. It was great having parents paying the bills, but me deciding what time I get up, what time I go to sleep, whether I went to class, didn't go to class, what party I was going to go to, all of that stuff. So it was kind of nice just being able to do what I wanted to do, you know?
Okay. And, that seems to be the consensus. We've had the other interviews where people talk about the socialization and the friendships that they've, met from Edinboro. So who are some of the, who are some of the friends that you've maintained now that you've left Edinboro?
Well, it's interesting. I have many, many good friends like Cheryl Hughes, Mike Barrett, who I met, who I hung out with outside of college, Pistol Pete, who actually DJ'd at our wedding.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was amazing, actually.
And he was a Cool Fight Cool as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also a person, I already had a very strong interest in R&B music, but he introduced me to so many songs that I did not have access to where I grew up, and since that access, I have every single one of those songs now. I'm obsessed with music.
Wow.
So he really was my connection to that.
Oh, wow.
But as far as the friendships go, many of them lasted. Of course, people move away and all of that, but the great thing is now with the inception of Facebook,
absolutely.
People who were lost are now all of a sudden found. And I think it's an amazing, look, it can be a great thing or a terrible thing. It depends on how you use it.
Right.
For me, socially, and first of all, I don't forget a birthday. I met Silco again. That's kind of how all this this design happened was, Facebook is kind of the link to everybody connecting again, and I think that's amazing.
You had some really great photos. You must have took lots of pictures, throughout the time that you were at Edinboro.
Oh, you really chronicalized.
You had some I was like, wow, what did, Silco's like, Duane had that photo, and I'm like, wow.
Exactly.
I save stuff. I'm a saver. Like, I have as I talked about music, I save all my photos from college. I have all my posters of Vanity and Prince that I have on my dorm wall. I have all my cassettes that I had back at college. Like, I save stuff, and it's nice for nostalgic reasons to have those things.
Wow. So then what are some of your special memories? I mean, what are some special memories that come to mind when you think about Edinboro and the experience you had there?
Basically, some of my very best memories of my lifetime are from Edinboro.
Parties, people.
Amazing parties, great friendships. Gloria Furcron, who is instrumental in my life success. I have to give her major credit because I wouldn't have gotten through college without her. And she was such a strong leadership figure that never made you feel that she was anything but like trying to look out for your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So never really scolded you, and if she scolded you, she did it in such a nice way that you didn't even get your feelings hurt, you know?
Yeah.
Where Edinboro was located, I mean, it was a community in itself, so you didn't even have to leave the campus. It was like a big, sprawling campus, so if you were either over at Rose Hall or Lawrence Towers or the Student Union, and there were fashion shows and the Minority Students United meetings and homecoming and just all of it. I mean, it was just such, for me, it really was only, 3 years of my life, but it seemed like it was so much longer.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep, exactly. I mean, memories that last a lifetime, and here we are trying to, the purpose of homecoming is to reconnect and go back.
That's why I'm trying to round everyone up. I've been so aggressive about trying to get people, because I think, honestly, everybody's lives move in a different direction and stuff, and people, and also the experience at school is different for everybody. I'm trying to get everybody to, it would just be amazing to just reconnect with everybody, besides Facebook, to actually see each other in person and
absolutely,
give a hug and a laugh and just talk about, the memories we had there and just share what we're doing today. I think that would be incredible.
Exactly.
And just the fact that it's going to be, on the campus in, back where it all began, that, hopefully that'll get people, riled up to, want to attend. So, that's my little plug. So, I want, my Facebook Edinboro friends to, start making your reservations, and I want to see you there in October.
Exactly.
I already bought mine, and this is the one. I mean, if you're going to go, if you haven't gone to any of the other ones, this is the one to go to. It's on the campus. It's a 30-year, for most people around the 30-year. I mean, I think that the way this is being done right now, I think people are getting excited about it more than just, hey, it's your 5-year, 10-year. Not that there is anything wrong with any of those.
Yeah.
I think this one is just a big one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's got a certain significance to it or whatever,
Exactly.
Yep. And let me ask you another question, Duane, before we go to a break. I want to ask you, when you first, I'm trying to think, what were your thoughts when you first got dropped off at Edinboro? When you that first day you got dropped off and your parents left, and what did you do that day, or what was your first thoughts or whatever?
Two things. First of all, thank God I am no longer in Port Allegheny, Pennsylvania. I'm never going back, and I haven't been back since until very recently. My sister lived there, and I hadn't been there in 28 years.
Yeah.
That's first. And second, my thought was, who is this guy that is my roommate, and how did I end up with him? Those are the two things I remember distinctly.
So who was your first roommate?
I can't remember his name. It was some guy. He had black hair and glasses, and he asked me if I wanted to share an umbrella to walk this student union. I'm like, I'm okay. All right. Well, we'll take a commercial break right about here, and we'll follow up with some more questions after these messages.
Hey folks, the doors of the church are open for service Sunday, October 6th, beginning at 11 a.m., located at 236 East 11th Street, Erie, PA. So come out and get your praise on before getting back on the road, and witness the united voices of Edinboro, as well as mine and the praise dancers. Dinner will be served immediately after service. This has been a message brought to you by the African American Alumni Reunion Committee. Can you you smell that charcoal aroma of grilled burgers in the air and the refreshing taste of ice-cold lemonade? Well, you can and you will at the Fighting Scots Tailgate Party. So join us Saturday, October 5th at the Sox Harrison Stadium underneath a 20 by 30-foot tent located inside the stadium with all your fellow alumni. This message is brought to you by the African American Reunion Alumni Committee. It's the talk of the town, Soul Talk Radio 88.9.
We're back, and we're talking to our special guest, Duane Gazi, and he's got a very interesting career. He was at Edinboro, and it was historian to theater, and Duane, if you could tell me, how did you go from there? I know you said you had, 8,000 jobs, but how did you get to being, is it a talent agent that you are now?
I'm a model scout.
A model scout. Okay, so tell us how you...
From Borough to NYC.
Exactly.
From the Borough to the NYC, yeah.
Well, interestingly, I always had an interest in models. Like, I was fascinated by them. I don't know why. I just was. I always felt like I knew who could be a model. So the reason why I think I had so many jobs after leaving Edinboro is because I knew, even from a very young age, that I wanted to be a model agent from a very early age. I remember telling my mother that. So I always felt like all these jobs I was taking were just to make money to pay bills, but the reality was I was completely dissatisfied because I wanted to be a model agent. So I eventually started finding models in the D.C., Maryland area, Virginia area, and I would find them, and then I would take them to New York, make appointments for them, and I would take them in New York and get them signed in New York. And after doing that a few times, I went to Ford Models, which is probably the most well-known modeling agency in the world, and they were so intrigued by what I knew that they offered me a job.
Wow.
I went back to D.C. I didn't hear from them for like 3 months, so I thought, oh, wow, that was like they were chatting me up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember going to work that day. I was working at a law firm, and I came home from work in December, and I had a voicemail from Katie Ford, Eileen Ford's daughter, asking me to come to New York and to interview. And I just had a very bad breakup right before then, so it was like the perfect timing. And I went, interviewed, they gave me the job, and I've been in New York ever since.
Wow. And I think people would be fascinated to know who your employer is.
Mr. Donald Trump.
Amazing.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're hired.
I hope you never hear those words.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Never want to hear those words.
Well, exactly, because I was telling Silko, I said, I see, on your Facebook page, you had the picture with Trump, and then there's all these other, famous people, and I was thinking, oh, he was just at an event, and it's like, hey, there's Donald, and it's like, geez, you're taking pictures with, the various different celebrities, but you know what? You know these people.
Right. And share with our listening audience about how you met Sister Sledge.
Well, the interesting thing, though, is that it's interesting because the some of the celebrities I've met, well, I guess it all is tied to the modeling, actually.
Yeah.
Kathy Sledge was performing with Sister Sledge at B.B. King's, went to go see the show, and then went backstage to get things signed, and actually had my Ebony magazine from 1980, which I had since then, and I had her sign it. And she said, oh, what do you do? I said, I'm a model scout. And she said, oh, my daughter's not very tall, but she's really pretty. Look at her. So we talked for a bit, and then she said, oh, we should exchange numbers. And we did. And then they came in for a meeting a bit later, and I mentioned that we were getting married. And by coincidence, that the wedding party was going to dance the wedding party dance to We Are Family, which was already chosen.
Right.
That's the very first music I my own was an 8-track. Right? And
do we still have the call on that? The caller's still there?
That's what I was asking that question, too.
Okay, we might have to get him back on the line. We'll get our engineers to work on that. You can hold on for a second. We'll get that call back for you in a second. Hold on.
New York train or something?
Hold on, Karen. Let me get that call back. We'll get that call back in a second.
Hello?
Hello?
I just heard him say hello.
Okay. Okay, you there? Oh, man. Hello?
I'm not-
Hello? Okay, we'll get that call back. Okay, we got Mr. Duane Gazi coming back on the line. We finally got our people.
There's no talking. How's going on?
Okay, okay, we got him back. We got him back, folks.
Was that on your end?
I could hear you guys talking.
Oh, okay, yeah, we couldn't hear you. We had to get our engineers
You
to.
said about the call. I heard you guys say all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Let us get him back on the line. I was still there.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you or whatever.
But by coincidence, the very first music I bought was We Are Family, and that the wedding party at our wedding would be dancing to her song. She said two things. First, I didn't get my wedding invitation.
Wow.
And secondly, if you invite me to your wedding, you know I have to sing my song.
Ooh. Wow, man.
It blew my mind. And I said, and I said what you said. I said, are you serious?
Are you serious, right?
And she said, absolutely. And sure enough, honestly, we've become such good friends. I'd sing it at our wedding.
So instead of you having to, put the CD on or, however
got the live
band
performance.
plays it. Exactly.
You got the live performance. How many times does that happen in life,
And I want to tell you something, that it's like, imagine, like, whoever you love. Like, say, for instance, like, people talk about, like, who's famous now, Justin Bieber or Nelly or whatever.
Yeah.
So now imagine that that's your favorite person in your whole lifetime, like from childhood.
Lionel Richie.
Right. Stayed overnight at your house.
Yeah.
You stayed at their house.
Oh,
and
wow.
It blows my mind even sometimes when I think about it. And we're really, really good friends, but I have to sometimes stop and say to myself, like, how does this happen?
Exactly.
And I believe there's divine intervention with these things.
Yeah.
And where's my invitation?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And it hasn't happened to you just once. I mean, you're friends with Melissa Morgan, Mickey Howard.
Well, actually, Forrest Whitaker's wife was actually a model. She was from Boston.
Yeah.
She came to the agency. I remember she had the flu very, very badly. And she came to Ford Models to see me, and I met her, and I really liked her pictures, and she wasn't feeling well, so she didn't look fantastic that day.
Yeah.
So I told the other people at the agency, she's amazing, we have to take her, and they're like, she looks really terrible. I said, she has the flu. They're like, no, we shouldn't take her. So I took her anyway.
Yeah.
And I booked her on a job in Boston as an extra on the movie Blown Away.
Oh, wow.
And
It's
she
the talk of the town. Soultalk
started dating
Radio
Forrest Whitaker, who
88.9.
she met on set.
Yeah.
And they eventually got married, and now they're dear, dear friends of ours. They stay here, we stay there.
Wow.
And for me, he's probably one of the greatest living actors of all time.
Exactly. I have another question for you. I mean, I know this is probably not an Edinboro question, but how did you end up meeting your significant other?
Actually, it was Independence Day of 2002. I had gone to this bar. I was bored out of my mind. I was playing a trivia game, just killing time. I was like, oh, let me go home. So I walked up the street. I passed the bar. I was like, oh, let me go in here for a minute and have a drink. Went to use the boys' room. I came out, and he stood there like, hi, how you doing? I want to meet you. And we talked for hours. Went to see fireworks on the Brooklyn Bridge, and we've been together ever since that day.
Wow. Now, I understand you also went back to Edinboro recently or whatever. You guys did like a Mecca back there or something like that, all right?
Yeah. I just wanted him to see where I went to school and just show him all the things that meant so much to me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna do a word association with you, and you tell me what comes to mind when you hear this. What comes to mind when I say the words fake lake?
Freezing.
So what comes to mind when you hear Van Houten Dining Hall?
Bad food.
All right, I got another one for you. what comes to mind when I say the word? And this was used a lot at Edinboro. The word creep, which was coined by Luther Vandross. The word he wrote a song called "Creep Creep" or whatever. Yeah.
I'm not going to say the name, but I can even say a name. But crawling out the window of my roommate's of our apartment, my roommate's window, because the girlfriend was coming in the front door. That's what
that's a true definition. That's a definition.
Ooh, that's a definition right there. Yes, absolutely. That's a definition right there. Absolutely. And
was sworn to secrecy.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Got to keep it PG, huh?
Yeah.
And so, like when you think of, I worked at the radio station up there. Do you have any memories that you associate with the radio station, WFSC?
Absolutely. Norma Pilson used to DJ there, and I actually went, because she did a really late shift, I remember, like overnight, and I went there with her, and I remember that's my first time finding the Nona Hendrix, one of her solo albums, and I remember reading all the liner notes on the records while she's playing the music, and just looking through all the record stacks, and just being fascinated by the Ritchie family and all these other records that now I have in my collection.
Wow, okay. Wow, okay. And
of course, Love's Train, Confunction.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, classic. And now my question is, what made you play as Cool Fi Cool opposed to any other, social group or fraternity or whatever? What was it about Cool Fi Cool that attracted you?
Well, first of all, to be frank and honest, I was terrified of being hazed. I didn't like being beaten.
Hey, you're being honest.
That didn't appeal to me. So that was one of the reasons. And secondly, I liked the other people that were already members, that I happened to like very much personally already, that had reached out to me. So it just seemed like a natural fit.
Oh, okay. And you guys stepped with them as well, right? Yeah. I wish we had some old footage of that, man. That'd be great to see, some old videos.
Yeah, with our clothes. That was interesting.
Exactly. Well, Karen, is there any other questions that you like
talking about getting back to the reunion, are there any particular people that you're looking forward to seeing? I mean, we could put a plug in to tell that particular person to, register, but is there anybody, some friends that you're particularly looking to reconnect with at the reunion?
Chris Harris, Mike Barrett, Stephanie Crothers, obviously Pistol Pete, Tad and Denny.
Oh, okay.
That whole crew. And Lisa Jackson, Ingrid Jacobs. These are like really good friends of mine.
Right. I know who Ingrid is. Right.
Yeah.
I nominated her at the Minority Students United meeting to be homecoming queen.
Oh, okay. Well, and I've seen all these people. They all are on Facebook. And
Ingrid and I are friends on Facebook.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think she just posted something today as well.
And that's an aged a bit. Still looks the same.
Exactly, she does. Those folks there.
Yeah.
Butts and seats.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to it. So,
now, Duane, are you registered? I mean, you registered, got your hotel reservation?
He was the first one to register.
Ah, well, that's a good. Put that out there.
Yeah, he was the very first one to register. Yeah, he made history.
And I also did my hotel actually last week or this week. Was it this week, Soko?
Yeah, it was this week. Yeah, because you told me about it, and I told Karen about it as well.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to follow the same suit.
Yeah, definitely read the reviews and pick the right hotel, though.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I guess in closing, I guess we'd like to know what what advice would you give to persons that are graduating soon, or leaving school soon? What advice would you pass on to those people that are about to leave Edinboro or whatever?
Well, I guess for me, how it worked is that I knew what I wanted, but I kind of didn't know who I was. And even getting out of college, it's only you're still very young when you get out of college,
Sure.
So we don't really know who we are.
Yeah.
And what we really still want out of life. We have to pick our majors at such a young age, and I don't think at that point, at 17 years old, you really know what you even should be majoring in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we make these choices, and then you come out of college and you try to pick your career based on your major and stuff. That doesn't always work out. But I just think that trying to find out who you are, spend some time getting to know yourself, and also don't settle for less than what you deserve.
Gotcha. Oh, man, excellent.
And so many people who, I mean, you know, they majored in, you know, accounting. I mean, kind of like, you know, what you did, and look what you're doing. I mean, it's kind of like you're saying you do pick a major, but you really don't know what you really want to be, and you end up doing something, you know, far different than, you know, what your major actually was.
Exactly.
I mean, tons of people have jobs that are not in their majors.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think that's a complication. You know, I deal with a lot of people internationally just because of the work that I do. But I mean, they come and go from college. They start for a bit, they take a break, they go back, and there's no repercussions of doing that. I mean, in the United States, you have to go straight through, or you have school loans and debt for the rest of your life if you don't go all the way through.
Right.
You know, I mean, and even afterwards, so you get to go and finish.
Yeah.
So I wish that our philosophy was a little more open to allow us time to consider what our, you know, life goal is.
Excellent. I like that. Well, I guess in concluding our show, we'd like to thank Mr. Duane Gazi-White for, being our very special in-house guest. I'd like to thank my co-host, Karen Davis-Hopkins, and we'll see you on the Spotlight.
It's time to give back with real talk from the real world. So come join us as we discuss the issues of importance with the Edinboro University Minority Student Body. This will take place at the Career Exploration and Networking Expo. When, you ask? It's Friday, October 4th from 5 to 6 p.m. Now where? Okay, the Frank G. Pogue Student Union on the 3rd floor where the meeting rooms are located. This has been sponsored by the African American EUP Reunion Committee. Join us for lunch with the Edinboro University president, Saturday, October 5th on the green space located in front of the Deep Bowl Center, immediately following the parade and before the homecoming Fighting Scots football game. And come meet Edinboro's first female president. This message is sponsored by the African American Alumni Reunion Committee. You are back with DJ Silky Shoes, and we are in the spotlight featuring an original artist, Taylor Made and the Stylistic Horns, and this song is called Dance With Me.
One that you want to listen to. One that you want to listen to.
It's the talk of the town, Soul Talk Radio 88.9. Welcome to this edition of Soul Flight Network News, brought to you by the African American EUP Alumni Reunion. Edinboro University alumni are doing extraordinary things in their lives. Just recently, Edinboro alumni Dr. Christopher Spann successfully adopted his son, Mr. Dion Spann. So today, Dr. Spann is a proud father, willing and able to accept the meaningful challenges of fatherhood once again. So we salute you, Dr. Spann, for your commitment, your dedication, and your perseverance. Congratulations. Another Edinboro alumni that is in the news is CEO Larry Price of Cali Gold. Mr. Price is the owner of his own record label located in Sacramento, California. The label is currently focused on a debut of its artist, Jay Gibb, with the release of his album called The Moment. Look for this project on iTunes. Congratulations to CEO Larry Price. This has been your Network News Moment, sponsored by the African American EUP Alumni Reunion Committee. If you have news that you would like to share with the EUP community, contact Silko Thomas at silkhartpro@aol.com. You're listening to Soul Flight 88.9 DJ Silky Shoes. I'd like to thank you all for listening. We had a great time with Duane this evening, and we look forward to some future interviews. We got Lynn Johnson coming up. We got Steve Galloway. We got a couple of other interesting folks on the schedule for this summer. And this segment right here, we call this segment is What the Furcrons Meant to Me.
What the Furcrons meant to me, honestly, at college was everything. I was young with no direction, thought I knew everything but didn't really know anything. And even when I got myself in trouble, Gloria Furcron was there to bail me out. And she was like my mom away from home. She really, really watched out for people, and she's so instrumental even to this day. What I'm doing now, I never forget everything that she did for me.
It's the talk of the town, Soul Talk Radio 88.9. I'm DJ Silky Shoes, and this concludes our show. We thank you for your listening-ship, and we thank you for just being around and supporting us and all that good stuff. But remember, this is all about supporting the homecoming in October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Make sure you get your registration in and your hotel reservations in. All right? Until next week, it's the talk of the town on Soul Talk 88.9. Soul Flight 8.